Patti Browne, and you are in the strategy room. It is a GOP budget showdown over the budget deal. GOP presidential candidates, particularly those who serve in Congress, are strongly opposing the accord reached between Republican leaders and President Obama. Senator Marco Rubio and Senator Ted Cruz have sharply criticized the bipartisan bill, and Senator Rand Paul is saying he'll filibuster. Here now with reaction, political strategists, Democrat Joe Lestingi and Republican David Avella. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks for having us.
So tonight's GOP debate on CNBC is focused entirely on economic issues. The budget deal is expected to pass in the Senate shortly after passing the House. But Senator Rubio points out, quote, it irresponsibly raises the debt ceiling through 2017 and fails to reform Social Security to ensure its long-term solvency. Senator Cruz, quote, it's a slap in the face to conservatives who rose up in 2014 on a promise to stop the disastrous runaway spending and debt in Washington. David, is this budget deal going to be a big target tonight?
As anti-conservative as this budget is, it does achieve one good goal, which is it will make the contenders tonight talk about the economy, which is still the #1 issue on voters' minds. And, in fact, it's one of the most underreported stories so far of this election. Whether it's Senator Rubio, Senator Paul, Governor Bush, Governor Kasich, Donald Trump, all have put out very good tax plans that would get the economy going, that would help bring our budget under control. But it hasn't been talked about. Hopefully tonight we're going to hear that in tonight's debate.
Joe, Senator Rubio criticizes the political establishment for the deal, presumably talking about the Obama administration and the GOP leadership. Nonetheless, he's in Congress. Tough for them to criticize the establishment. You've got outsider Dr. Ben Carson, who says, quote, only in Washington is borrowing even more money to pay the interest on money we already borrowed, a common sense plan. Isn't this more of an opportunity for the outsiders?
Yeah, I love this. I mean, you can hear the polling just dripping through all of these candidates right now. This outsider phrase has probably become a lexicon in their office. They probably have it taped all over the walls in their offices right now about how hard can we show ourselves being an outsider. So let's take people who are currently in there, who can't even show up and do the job they currently have. None of the 3 senators were present for the announcement of this bill or the negotiations of it, and now they're criticizing it. Well, if you show up and do your job, then you have a place to say something, but if you don't, then you got to kind of be quiet here. This is about governing, which is in this town sometimes really hard to do. They actually have a deal, and these guys are going to use it for cannon fodder tonight. Ben Carson, I appreciate his statements. We all understand the basics of what he's saying, but the truth is if we default on any of our debts, we are in deep trouble, and everyone who has an economics degree knows that. So what he's currently talking about is just placating. This is all about placating to their base, which means in the general election, it's going to be beautiful cannon fodder for us Democrats when we get to attack them on how they voted against increased defense spending, how they wanted to shut the government down again, that they can't lead.
Let me get to David. In addition to raising the debt ceiling, the bill also increases spending by about $80 billion, violating the budget caps that were set in 2011. Some of those increases supposedly offset by entitlement cuts. But the idea, as Joe mentioned, is to remove the threat of government shutdowns and of debt defaults. Congressman Paul Ryan, who is poised to become House Speaker later today, says he's going to vote yes. Conservatives still against it. The word is, though, David, it has the votes to pass. Is this thing going through?
All indications are now it will. But getting back to one of Joe's points, that while certainly it will allow the senators to make points and get score some points with the conservative base, it also provides a really good opportunity for Governor Kasich and Governor Christie and Governor Bush to talk about how they have balanced budgets in their states and not needed to do it the Washington way, and that they've been able to pull bipartisan groups together when, well, 2 of them still in as governors, Governor Bush when he was governor, and be able to bring fiscal sanities to their states. Governor Kasich has a great record to run on. He took deficits, turned them into surpluses, and now you have the state of Ohio creating 620,000 new jobs. Look, government can work. This is going to be an opportunity for the governors to show they know how to make it happen.
All right, Joe, last word.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a great talking point for governors, and here's the problem. It's all baloney. States have to balance their budget. It's illegal for them not to. So every time a governor gets to say this, it sounds great. So that means tonight, during the debate, everyone's going to play the drinking game about how many times can they say balanced budget. They're going to say it a lot, and it's beautiful for them. The senators have a big problem tonight debating on this issue because they're going to have to go cast a vote on it, and that's going to be their undoing. This is going to be a beautiful fight tonight. Everyone should tune in and watch. It's round 3. Ding, ding, let's go.
All right, and get your drinks ready. All right, Joe and David, thank you so much for joining us. And you can check out foxnews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Patti Browne. Thanks for watching.